My name's Ripley Atkinson, Australian Livestock and Commodities Manager for StoneX, developing price risk management tools for the Australian beef industry. I'm a contributor for Auctions Plus on a fortnightly basis, and here are my 5 key themes for the beef industry that I'm watching in 2025. Number 1 would definitely be the northern wet season. What's going to happen with it? I'm going to be keeping a close eye on it. Are we going to see average to above average rainfall? If we do, my expectation is the northern cattle herd will continue to grow, offsetting any declines we see in the south. Number 2 would be processing capacity. I expect Australia will go close to killing 9 million head of cattle in 2025. Processors are doing a really good job of keeping up with supply, and I expect that to continue through the weekly kill figures to steadily grow next year. Number 3 is producer confidence. That will hinge a lot, depending on which way it moves and how the producers feel as to the major upside to market prices. Dynamics have shifted and the pendulum of demand has shifted from producers into feedlots and processors. If there isn't the producer confidence there to drive the market, I see a limited upside to domestic Australian cattle prices in 2025, or limited major upside. Number 4 would be the US domestic retail beef prices and the demand from US consumers. So retail beef prices in the US are already nearing record highs. What happens when we begin, or if we begin to see some pushback from the American consumers? In 2019, during that heavily drought-induced liquidation period, and we killed a lot of cattle and exported a lot of beef, the Chinese demand was there, which actually supported our market prices quite strongly in the face of the worst drought we'd had in 100 years. What happens next year and the year after when domestic US retail beef prices continue to rise, and we may see some pushback or some trading down from those consumers? That could become problematic from the beef industry. I'm not saying it will be an issue, but we know the US is taking a lot of our product this year, which has been fantastic. I expect it to continue, but keep an eye on those US retail beef prices and any sensitivity or pushback from the consumer. And the last one is, we always talk about the US. I think a really close one we need to keep an eye on, or one of a number of metrics, but particularly the placement of heifers onto or into feedlots in the United States. At the minute, it's still accounting for about 40% of total placements on feed on a quarterly basis. At the bottom of the rebuild, or at the top of the rebuild in 2015, heifers accounted for 30%. So we have a long way to go before we start seeing that significant rebuild, and it's sort of stable at the minute, but I'm really closely watching what happens there with placements of heifers on feed. Thank you.